Gabe's house, and he lives on Howe Avenue, somewhere on the upper part, and he's my connect, and he's a Mexican guy, and he lives in this apartment complex that it's chock full of gangbangers.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
They're all Norteños, so that there's not that many blacks that live in this apartment complex, mostly Mexicans. So we're kicking it, and I decide that I need a pack of cigarettes and a cup of coffee, and my girl wants to get some juice. So we're going to walk from it's a gated community, and we're going to walk to the AM/PM on the corner. I believe the street was I want to say the street's North Rock, because I'm pretty sure that's where it was. So it's not very far. It's like a half a block, and there's like trees and shrubs along the way, so it's nice and green, and you can like duck in and do whatever, and it's kind of funky, you know what I mean? So, because you got all those like people, you know what I mean, like moseying around and shit. So we get to the AM/PM. There's a couple cars getting gas, whatever. It's like one person inside. My girl and I peel off in separate directions. She goes to the cooler to get her juice, and I go over to the thermos fucking thing to get my fucking hot coffee. Then we meet up in line. She's in front of me, and there's this behemoth black dude between us. He's like monstrous. He's huge. I'm 6'2", and I got to look up to look at when I confront him. I literally had to like look up. So he's at least 6'6", maybe more, and he's giant. He probably weighs 300 pounds. Well, he's kind of harassing my old lady, and as a general rule, I usually let her tell the dude to buzz off or whatever, because she's her own person, and if she needs assistance, she'll let me know, and then I'll step in, which I've had to do a couple times, and then I'll step in and address the situation appropriately. So this guy, he's hitting on her, he's saying some pretty rude stuff. She's not into it. Finally, I get annoyed with it, and I can't keep my mouth shut, so I bark off at him, and I tell him, hey, dude, you know what I mean, like, why don't you take the hint? She's not interested in you. Why don't you leave my old lady alone? You know what I mean? Let him know, like, hey, that's my girl. Why don't you back up? And he turns around, and as I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, oh shit, because this dude has he has giant fucking hands. I'm thinking, I do not want to get hit by one of these hands. So I decide immediately to equalize the situation. I'm like, okay, so I pull out the .38 super automatic and pretty much just stick it in his face and tell him, you understand this? And he drops everything he has, all his little groceries. He just like drops it and runs out the door. And then at that point, the cashier is looking at me. I had the gun out. I put the gun away because the cashier, he's not sure what happened, but something's going on. And then my old lady's mad. She's just like, oh my God, I can't believe you. You know what I mean? She's like incredulous, and I'm like, I don't care about that. So I'm like, okay, there's danger going on, whatever. So I'm tracking this dude as he runs out from the AM/PM store, and I'm wanting to see what's going on because he just bolted. And then so he goes. There's a purple Impala parked that's getting gas. It looks like a 68. It had a cool, it's a cool shape, and it was purple. So I'm thinking, okay, these guys are Grape Street Crips, maybe 29th Street Crips, because he's all decked out. He's got blue bandanas, and all his gear. He's all Adidas, and he's blue. You can see he's cripping hardcore. So I see him run around the back side of the car. There's a guy pumping gas, and there's a couple people in the car, and I see him reach into the car, and then I see something that, in my estimation, and I don't think I was overreacting, but it looked like a sawed-off shotgun. So I saw the movement of it. It's like a long gun. It's lifting up, and I could see the way it's moving, and he's getting ready to pull it out of the car. Okay, well, that's not going to happen. So I don't want to hurt anybody. I'm just trying to make this situation go away because it was irritating me, and then now I made it work. Now I've kicked a hornet's nest, and now I got to get this situation to stop. So I fire a couple rounds into the rear quarter panel of the Impala, and fucking people scatter like it's like you know what I mean, like I sprayed bug spray. People, everybody that was anywhere, they all scattered, and the dudes in the car are like, they're like just getting in the car, but they're like going through the windows. They're just getting into the car, and the car takes off with the gas pump nozzle still in the thing, and it ripped the whole hose out. So gas is going everywhere, and they made a right turn on, which I think was North Rock, right there, because it's kitty corner from the Shell station. And so I just got away from it because I was like, fuck. So I run down, I turn to the left, and I head back towards Gabe's apartment. But I left my girl there, and because I had to, I was like, man, I just pulled it down and she shot this car. I gotta kick rocks, you know what I'm saying? So I hide in the bushes, and I'm sitting there, and I'm waiting for her. And fucking, when she walks by, I pop out of the bushes, and I'm all, what's going on? She was furious. She's like, I can't fucking believe you did that. That stupid gun. And I was like, did you get my coffee? She goes, yeah. And she was fun, but I was like, but that was nuts. And I never seen them again. I never seen that car again. But one of the problems I always have is because of my distinctive tattoos. So like when I do something, when I look at somebody or whatever, I have to have time to forget. I can meet him again a week later and be like, not recognize him, you know what I mean? But I get recognized immediately, even from a great distance, because of my particular tattoo work. So when I do something like that, I always have to be on guard because I'm like, okay, I'm easily to spot, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have a hat on, and I'm looking, you can tell. And so, you know what I mean? But I never saw him again or never had no interactions with him again. I don't know what happened to it, but I put a couple 38 super rounds in the back quarter panel, right-hand rear quarter panel of a 68 Impala and sent a bunch of gangbangers ripping down the street, pissed off. I shot their fancy rides.